we are going on a road trip. The idea of this road trip is that we are going to travel up north from Brisbane to Cooktown and back down again. On this trip, Thea will be doing her honours research. That involves stopping off at dive shops, dive centres, tourism operators that do any sort of diving, all related to spearfishing. Thea will be carrying out a survey, so she's going to talk to divers and operators to get their opinions on spearfishing throughout the Great Barrier Reef. In total, this trip is going to take about 3 weeks. We're going to be stopping along the way, visiting all the local sites, and trying to immerse ourselves in the culture of far North Queensland. Another long day today. We've got to head off to Stanage, which is how many k's down a dirt track?
Like
300 k's down a dirt track. Wait, 300 k's down a dirt track? What?
It's like 4 hours drive from here, and the last 80 is dirt track.
Apparently it's just 80 k's. Thea's just being a bit...
I'm just trying to brush my teeth.
So we should be about halfway up.
Oh, a car.
It's hard to navigate because we don't have GPS out here. Well, we don't have phone signal, and the GPS isn't working. So yeah, maps. Yeah, we should be alright. Keep going for about another 40 k's. So it got pretty windy in the night and we had to make some drastic alterations to our tent to make sure it didn't blow away, such as our rocks on top of the sand pegs and some pretty taut lines. But as you can see, the result is the tent is quite lopsided. On the other side it's just completely up and open. But we're still here. The tent didn't fall over in the middle of the night, and at around 4 or 5 a.m. someone just hit a switch and no more wind. Today our plan was originally to go down to Gladstone, which is about how long?
3 hours?
4 hour drive. But we decided what we want to do is we want to push on to Bundaberg and get an extra day to Bundaberg tomorrow. So it looks like we're going to have a rather long drive, about 7 hours. Shouldn't be too bad. So cold. I'm going to miss Stanage. It was so remote, like, we just felt like we had the whole place to ourselves. Like, we had houses and stuff around, but we never really saw anyone. Which means we can go skinny dipping. So we're blowing through Gladstone, finally went to Gladstone, and what a disappointment. It's pretty much one of those dead towns. There's not many people about, and about 2 out of every 3 buildings is for lease, or everything. There's not a lot happening. So
Just went past yet another house for rent.
Yeah, the dive shop that we came to see, that we found on Google Maps, turned out to be someone's backyard. So successful. Not. I think this is just an example of one of those towns where it's just not a lot happening, everything's just dying off. So those people who say that coal ports are going to bring jobs, you're wrong, apparently. Doesn't seem to be anything happening here.
I've just been angry for the last hour because of coal.
Not because of me, just...
I don't know, I can't even tell. It's rainbow coloured though. Rainbow!
It's book time in Bundaberg. Both of us just couldn't be bothered to do anything, so we've just been reading all morning. Which has been nice because this is the first day we've had, but we just had nowhere to be and nowhere to go. We might head into town later, check it out. Clean the car because it's dirty. And I got to sort out my gear because I'm leaving tomorrow. She's staying up here. She's ditching me.
Doing total conservation work at Mon Repos.
Sitting on a beach for a week looking at the stars. Conservation work. Last day on the road together. His current Zitch dog score is, Thea is on what, like 25, 26?
Probably.
And I think I'm like 4 behind. Whoa, it's gonna be close. Alright, gotta concentrate. Where are all the dogs?
Okay.
You, eyes on the road. Tonight we are going to go check out some turtles. We're at the Mon Repos Turtle Research Center, where Thea's going to spend the next week monitoring turtles. I'm here as a guest tonight, and we've been invited to go on the Parks and Wildlife tour. So see some turtles. Oh, and we got to wear these. Why is that?
Just so that they can tell us apart from the regular tourists.
We ain't just any common folk. That there is a turtle, and that's the track. Okay, do you want to come up a little bit? So when are you guys starting? This week or something, are you?
Yeah, tomorrow night I'm starting and going back to Brisbane.
Yeah, righto. They help Cole Olympus with the research. There's two groups of us that work. The volunteers and the rangers at the information centre are national parks, and then Cole Olympus is in Department of Environment, and he's got a whole range of people that come and camp here over the summer break. Some nights we have 30 turtles, so it's just a crazy number. She's actually egg chambering now, which means she's using her back flippers to dig out the sand, and she's got finger-like bones inside those flippers, and she's actually scooping the sand out and placing it behind her.
So what kind of data do you take?
So we take the carapace length, which is from basically the nape of their neck to their tail, if they were like humans, and we check on whether they have a tag, whether they've been tagged previously, in which case we can get their breeding history. So the basic things we measure are the length of the turtle's shell. We have a look at their tag to see if they've been tagged before, write down the tag number, and if they haven't been, then we tag them with a new tag. And then we wait for them to lay and count. When the turtle leaves, we count the number of eggs that they've laid, and if needed, we relocate the nest to somewhere a bit better if they've chosen a bad spot.
What makes it a bad spot?
Basically, some turtles are really silly and lay below the high tide mark, which is a very bad idea, and most of them try a bit harder, but we need to relocate them to the hind dunes because they're in danger of getting flooded if they go below the hind dunes, just because of storm surges or king tides, or even just a really bad storm can wash them away.
Her tag number was K86. Okay. So you got that, Steve? 148?
148.
Yep. Bottom of the nest was 50.
The average number of eggs a turtle lays is about 120, but they can lay anywhere from 90 to about 150. So from this beach, only about 1 in 1,000 turtles will survive to sexually mature and come back here to lay their own eggs. Globally, it's about a 2% average survival rate to sexual maturity. So yeah, there's a lot of things out there to get the turtles.
But how many of the eggs will hatch?
At Mon Repos, they have a 90% success rate for hatching the eggs. It's really good. They take really good care of them. This work is really important because it's one of the longest monitoring programs on any animal ever. The other long monitoring programs are things like weather and climate, and this is groundbreaking research that shows exactly what happens with the different turtles and how we see the same turtles coming back, and how many times they lay in a year and how many years between each time they lay. And so it's providing really good, solid evidence for theories that were out there as well, long-term theories. This sort of long-term monitoring allows that sort of concrete evidence to come forth.
Okay, time to pack the stuff I'm bringing back to Brisbane tomorrow. Gotta fit everything in this bag and a pelican case. So which means Thea's going to be delivering the rest of my stuff back to Brisbane. Best courier service ever. Now, I really wish I could stay here for the next week or so with Thea while she does all the research work. Unfortunately, due to health and safety rules, I am not allowed to stay here because, well, I'm not a marine biologist who's done all the marine biology work. You sad that I'm leaving?
Yeah, really sad.
Sad that you get the whole bed to yourself and the whole tent to yourself.
Not really, but...
You're not going to get woken up by me rolling over in the middle of the night?
I'm going to get woken up by turtles.
You're going to have turtles in your tent?
Yes, I'm going to be cuddling with the turtles.
Okay, train's here. Somehow I thought it'd be more comfy.
I like how there's no one driving it.
Is there no one driving it?
Oh, no, there's...
Oh, there's that.
We do apologise for the slight running late of this service. We appreciate your patience, and on behalf of your onboard crew, we hope you have an agreeable journey. Once again, Rover Street shortly, platform on the left-hand side. Thank you and welcome to Brisbane.